10 Richest People of 2020. Here's a look at 10 of the wealthiest people in 2020. Some of the content is a general overlook of how these people gained their fortune, and we've also included some interesting and funny facts that most people aren't aware of. So while you hit that like button, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and let's begin our countdown starting with number 10. Number 10. Steve Ballmer. As the former CEO of Microsoft, Steve Ballmer led the firm from 2000 to 2014, where Microsoft's revenue has increased significantly from $25 billion to $70 billion, with a 215% net income increase of $23 billion. His leadership during a very tough time undeniably steered Microsoft towards sustainability and progress. His net worth is $74 billion, and in 2018, he invested $59 million in Social Solutions, which is a company that makes software for government agencies and nonprofit organizations. He is truly a math wizard, and most people don't know about that. Ballmer scored a perfect score of 800 on the mathematics section of the SAT. Then he actually wrote these tests after graduating from a private college preparatory school. So it seemed natural for him to graduate from Harvard University with a bachelor's degree in mathematics and economics. Ballmer was not just a math geek. He was somewhat of a jock too. He played football at Harvard and was also manager of the team. In his other talents, he's a master of literature, and he also wrote for the Harvard Crimson newspaper and the Harvard Advocate. And coincidentally, he lived in the same dorm as Bill Gates, who was also a sophomore at the time, and the two played poker together in their free time. Number 9. Mukesh Ambani. The founder-chairman of Reliance Industries, Mukesh Ambani has a net worth of $74.4 billion. He operates the biggest oil and gas companies in India, and he has boosted a very popular and influential telecom network in India. He has signed deals with Facebook and Google, amongst other big firms. And now, Reliance Industries accounts for 4% of India's GDP. Ambani's overall wealth is greater than the GDPs of Latvia, Botswana, and Niger combined. This man is so rich, he earns approximately $31,202 every minute. Mukesh Ambani is also the first Asian in the top 10 wealthiest people in the world. Mukesh Ambani's annual income is almost 7.2 million times the average annual salary in India, and his house is one of the most expensive residential properties in the world. Number 8. Larry Page. Larry Page, the co-founder of Google, has a net worth of $75.3 billion. He has also invested in Planetary Resources, the famed space exploration company, and is also funding flying car startup companies Kitty Hawk and Opener. Even though we've all heard of Google, the founder and CEO Larry Page is hardly ever in the limelight. He typically opts to keep his life as private as possible. However, he did divulge that the idea for a search engine came to him in a dream. Wow, what a premonition! When he was only 23 years old, he started the Google project as part of his PhD requirements in 1996, and 2 years later, Google was developed. In regards to the name Google, that name was actually an accident. Page intended for the search engine to be called Google, which is a mathematical term for 1 followed by 100 zeros. But some affiliates helping with the project misspelled it Google, and it stuck from there. Number 7. Warren Buffett. Popularly known as the Oracle of Omaha, where he was raised, Warren Buffett is seen as one of the most successful investors of all time. People pay this man millions just to have lunch with him. He runs Berkshire Hathaway that owns over 60 companies, including the famous ones Geico Insurance, Duracell, Dairy Queen Restaurant, and many more. And now, his net worth is $84.1 billion. The son of a US congressman, he bought his first stock at the age of 11 and earned $53,000 by the age of 16. In his youth, he was tactful and hardworking. Plus, it seems his taste buds never strayed from his childhood because he eats sweet snacks like a 7-year-old. In 2013, it was estimated that Buffett earned $37 million a day and had a net worth of $59 billion. Interestingly, nearly 94% of his wealth was earned after he turned 60. Number 6. Larry Ellison. Larry Ellison has a net worth of $88.1 billion, which he earned from Oracle, which is the software company he founded in 1977. He quit as the CEO of the company in 2014, and since then, he functions as the chairman of the board and chief technology advisor. Ellison has also been on the board of Tesla since December 2018, after he purchased 3 million shares that same year. If you were among the wealthiest people in the world, what would you buy? Well, Larry Ellison bought a Hawaiian island called Lanai. Imagine inviting your loved ones to your island for the holidays instead of just your house. And since he's now an island boy, he's actually a keen sailor. So Ellison decided to have a yacht built for him worth an astounding $200 million. It's a 500-foot-long beautiful vessel named the Rising Sun. It is so large that it can't even anchor in most of the world's marinas. But he has other large vessels that can fit inside the marinas, including the 290-foot Musashi. He loves sailing so much that the Oracle Team USA won the prestigious sailing competition America's Cup in 2013 after a dramatic comeback to overcome an 8-1 deficit against Emirates Team New Zealand. Number 5. Mark Zuckerberg. The co-founder, CEO, and chairman of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg champions the social network that has become a go-to communications avenue today. His net worth is $99 billion, and today he owns about 15% of stakes in Facebook after the firm went public in May 2012. Mark Zuckerberg is the youngest billionaire. His net worth zoomed past the $100 billion mark, all thanks to Instagram Reels, which is the alternative to TikTok, which was banned in India earlier this year and is facing troubles in the US as well. Although he's so young and wealthy, it's said that he's actually a very frugal person. That's why we usually spot him wearing simple, solid-colored t-shirts. So he does have some unexpected tastes in culture. He speaks Latin and Mandarin. And it was rumored that being able to speak Mandarin did benefit him as he helped with the development of WeChat, which is the equivalent to Facebook in China. But it's very peculiar how China bans Facebook. And the New York Times reported in 2019 how Zuckerberg wants Facebook to resemble WeChat, where people normally talk to individuals rather than mass communication abilities. That could be one of the reasons Zuckerberg's community standards often prohibits free speech. Is he on a power trip? Does he have Napoleon complex because Zuckerberg is only around 5 feet and 7 or 8 inches? Through camera tricks, he seems much taller in photos. Plus, Zuckerberg is colorblind. That's why red-green colors never make up the Facebook interface, which could easily be more indicators towards the control freak rule Zuckerberg implements with banning free speech. Number 4. Bill Gates. Gates scored a near-perfect 1,590 out of 1,600 on his SATs. Pure genius. Once his school discovered his coding abilities, they let him write the school's computer program for scheduling students in classes. As one could predict a teenager would do, Gates slightly altered the code so he was placed in classes with a disproportionate number of interesting girls. Like many other successful tech entrepreneurs, Gates was a college dropout. He left Harvard University in 1975 to fully devote himself to Microsoft. Similar to the likes of NBA superstars, they have the ability to leave the campus prematurely and arrive at the end goal by taking that shortcut. The co-founder of Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Bill Gates has a net worth of $119.1 billion. Having founded the software giant Microsoft along with Paul Allen, Bill Gates eventually sold away much of his stakes in the company, retaining just 1% of the shares and investing the rest in stocks and other assets. And now, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation is the world's largest private charitable foundation, very eager to vaccinate people around the world. Which is strange because Gates admitted to wanting a drastic decrease in population. Number 3. Bernard Arnault and family. Our next entry is one that truly stays behind the scenes even though they've touched our lives as much as other billionaires on our list. France chairman and CEO Bernard Arnault ranks 3rd in the world in terms of riches. His net worth is $144 billion, ensuing from his business across an empire of more than 70 brands, including Louis Vuitton and Sephora. Number 2. Jeff Bezos. Amazon founder and CEO Jeff Bezos has a net worth of $186.6 billion and ranks as the richest person on the earth today. It was said that his position remains the same even after divorcing his wife Mackenzie in 2019 and transferring a quarter of his stake in Amazon to her. But new reports beg to differ. However, Bezos founded the behemoth Amazon in 1994 out of his garage in Seattle. And now, the e-commerce giant has reaped the benefits of the coronavirus pandemic, with a greater number of people shopping online due to quarantine lockdowns. Number 1. Elon Musk. And for our number 1 richest person in the world, we have Elon Musk, who has been working to revolutionize transportation both on Earth, through the electric car maker Tesla, and in space, via rocket producer SpaceX. Elon Musk's rocket company is now valued at nearly $100 billion. Currently, his net worth is $147.7 billion. Plus, Tesla has become the world's most valuable automaker. Mr. Musk's electric car company has surged in value this year and hit a market value of $700 billion, or 516 billion pounds for the first time. That makes the car company worth more than Toyota, Volkswagen, Hyundai, GM, and Ford combined. Which one of these billionaires' companies or products have affected your life the most? And what are your overall opinions of these top 10 richest people in the world? You know the drill. Hit that like button, subscribe, ring the notification bell, then share this video.